My name is Michael Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Vastu Creations. Please subscribe, ring the bell. Today we're gonna. I watched the Academy Award, or is up for Academy Award, a movie about Ferrari, and in particular Enzo Ferrari, and I was inspired to look at his chart. And if you look to the eastern horizon when he was born, you would see the constellation associated with Scorpio, rising at 23 degrees using Vedic sidereal zodiac, not Western tropical zodiac. So first we'll look and see how the planets are operating. Then we'll look at when they're operating during events in his life, and we'll look at what could be done to strengthen the chart. So first we have Sun. Sun is ruling the career house, placed in the house of happiness and home life, property, and vehicles. So this connects, and it's afflicted by Venus. Venus is ruling the 12th house. So this gives a very, Sun has to do with management and leadership, and gives him very ruthless management skills. And Venus there also gives him the ability to take on this role of leadership in his business. Then we have a week afflicted by Rahu. Moon is also in the third house. It's afflicted by a moon or Rahu, and Moon is ruling the house of good fortune, religion, beliefs, and it is connecting good fortune through his entrepreneurial success of his business. And then we have challenging Mars. Mars is ruling the sixth house. Sixth house has to do with competition, conflict, and health. It's the prime health indicator. He did have leukemia and some other health issues. But mostly it's sitting in this house of entrepreneurial success. So giving him entrepreneurial success through this racing competition. And then let's see here. And also it gave some legal issues. He was indicted for manslaughter. So sixth house has to do with legal issues. Then we have week afflicted by Mars. Mercury is also in that same house, and it's afflicted by Mars. And it's ruling the house of income. So it connects his income with this racing and the Ferrari brand for being a very fast car. And then we have weak dispositor Mercury. So Jupiter is ruling the house of wealth and stability in the marriage and fame, sitting in the house of income and fulfillment of desires. So Jupiter can't be any stronger than its landlord, which is Mercury. Mercury is also is afflicted by Mars, so it's weak. So that makes Jupiter weak. So Jupiter is connected to the marriage. So that's that second house, wealth and fame. And the marriage, stability in the marriage is a little bit weak, rocky. And Jupiter also indicated for children. So this limits the number of children and can cause issues for the children. So the child, they just had one son, and he had muscular dystrophy and died at a young age. Then we have challenging Venus. Venus is ruling the 12th house of losses, expenses, and also the ability to take on different roles, separation. So Venus is sitting in the house of family, so causing separation in the family with his wife, and Venus is wife as well. And Venus is indicated for kidneys. He had kidney disease. Then we have Saturn. Saturn's ruling the house of happiness and family, sitting in the house of life purpose. So this connects his personality to Saturn, which Saturn is, it can make you very reserved, keeping your personal life separate, and giving longevity, because Saturn is fairly strong, gave him a lot of, his happiness is connected to his ability to work hard and be very disciplined and controlling. Then we have challenging Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is sitting in the house of entrepreneurial success, giving strong desire for success and to win in races, sitting there with Mars. And then Ketu opposite in the ninth house, giving insights into religion and good fortune. So it's balancing the material success with the personal life. It's his whole life is trying to balance his personal life, which is a mess, with his success in with the Fiat of the Ferrari company. So let's look at the timing of events. In 1918, there was a flu pandemic. He got it. Several of his members of his family died during a Mars period. Mars is ruling the house of health. In 1920, he started to work at Alfa Romeo during a Jupiter period, bringing wealth. In 1923, he got married during a Jupiter period. Jupiter is the indicator for relationships in a Scorpio chart. And in 1932, they had a son named Dino during a Jupiter period, Jupiter indicator for children. 1937, he won his first race, built his first race car, won his first race during a Mars period. Mars is racing competition. 1942, he wrote an autobiography during a Mercury period. Mercury is writing and publishing. In 1945, he has a son with his mistress named Piero during a Venus period. And then in 47, he built his first Ferrari and wins races with it during a Sun period. Sun is boosting his career. 49, he won several races, I think 5,000 races, in the 50s during a Mars period, which brought this serious competition in racing. In 1956, Dino dies of muscular dystrophy during a K2 period, K2 bringing unexpected events. In 1957, he's indicted for manslaughter during a race. One of his cars flips and mows down 9 people, 5 of which are children. So Italy indicted him, and he's acquitted 4 years later during a moon period. Then in 63, Ford, there's a deal for Ford to buy out half of the company, and his wife kind of nixes that deal and gives her half of the company back to him to reinvest under the condition that he does not give his illegitimate son the Ferrari name until she dies. 69, Fiat buys half the company, again boosting the Sun period, boosting the career. 77, he resigns during a Venus period. Venus is ending. In 77, his wife passes away during also a Venus period, Venus indicator for wife, and ruling the house of endings or death. In 1988, he dies of leukemia and kidney disease. And you can see the circular chart on the left there, the outer circles where the planets were when he passed away. And you can see Rahu and Ketu are within 3 degrees of the rising sign degree. They're afflicting the 6th house of health, the 8th house of death-like experiences, and the 12th house of endings, as well as Saturn, which is the indicator for longevity. What could be done to strengthen a chart? He's already doing a lot of charity work for transforming Mars, Venus, Rahu, and Ketu. The rest of the planets can be strengthened with my favorite remedy, a kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for his weak planets. If you'd like to get a kavash, get a reading, or learn Vedic astrology, you're going to go to www.vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening.